Hello, it's the Doggie Diva here with my pal, Sable the Papillon, known as the Yappy Pappy. Now you may not know it to see him, but he is a pretty anxious and barky canine. As his parent, it's important to figure out why in order to calm him down and keep the stress level low. Perhaps he heard about his ancestor, Coco the Papillon, who was owned by the ill-fated Queen of France, Marie Antoinette. In order to offer her some comfort, she actually took Coco with her to the guillotine at the Place de la Concorde, where her dog witnessed her execution. One too many comments about letting them eat cake caused her a lot of anxiety. Luckily, my dog has not gone through this sort of trauma, thank goodness. But have you ever wondered why your fur baby seems anxious and what the signs of stress are? There are several common reasons why dogs become anxious. Their physiological needs are not being met, boredom and under-stimulation, perceived threat of danger, change of schedule, and separation anxiety. So here are the 5 ways that you can quickly calm and relax your dog so they can all live in harmony with the family. The first is physiological needs. Check to make sure that the dog does not have to go to the potty, has fresh water and food, and the temperature isn't too hot or cold. No dog is going to be calm if it's not comfortable. We let our dog out on a regular basis for potty breaks and make sure that we change his water and food as well. I recently purchased a cooling vest, which he wears in the summer. This cools him down as his furry creatures can develop heat exhaustion pretty rapidly. Don't forget to bring a water dish with in case your dog becomes thirsty on the walk. It may be difficult to tell if your dog is ill. Dogs may show indications of stress when they're not feeling well. So look for fever, limping, itching, hair loss, diarrhea, and loss of appetite to signal illness or injury. So a lot of dogs get bored and they're understimulated. Well, many dogs are thought to be strictly lap dogs, like our little Papillon here. They're actually very extremely intelligent canines and therefore need a lot of stimulation. But whether your dog is an Einstein or not really at the top of the class in the intellectual capacity, they still can get bored. So how do you stimulate your dog? Well, think of some fun games to play with them, provide them with chew toys, give them opportunities to perform what their natural genetic tendencies are. Papillons themselves were bred to be ratters, so Sable is allowed to chase the squirrels in our backyard. This really decreases his anxiety, although I have to admit the squirrel isn't very pleased and looks pretty stressed out with each encounter. Now, if your pet is from the herding, working, or sporting groups of dogs, provide them with the opportunity to perform its natural tendencies. If your dog gets bored and frustrated, it will get into mischief and possibly be very destructive to your property. They could dig in your yard or urinate and defecate in your home. If they're not provided with a job to do, they'll often start guarding your property, possibly biting strangers and barking excessively when neighbors walk by. So, stimulate your dog mentally and intellectually. One great way is to take them to challenging dog classes. Agility, flyball, and dog trick classes will provide opportunities to perform problem solving while socializing them to outside situations. There are dog classes for all sorts of categories and ages of canines. So if you and your dog are limited physically, try rally obedience or scent classes because they do not involve running or jumping. One of the best ways to cure boredom and understimulation in the dogs is to exercise them. So daily walks are really important for dogs' physical and mental health, especially if it's a dog breed that is naturally active. Examples of those could be Border Collies, Siberian Huskies, Australian Shepherds, Russell Terriers, and Alaskan Malamutes. They need a lot of exercise. One of the best ways to calm an anxious dog is to keep it active, and it's also good for the human. Keep it fun and stimulating so they don't get bored. A tired dog is rarely an anxious dog. Perceived threat of danger is very common in some dogs. Papillons can be very anxious about other people or animals coming into their territory. Now, it's a small dog, so it has a big attitude. They will run right up to large dogs and bark in their face. Sable is actually just trying to tell the dog that he doesn't like him being in his territory. This didn't go well when he went up to a Great Dane and did this, who swatted him right across the room. Therefore, teach your anxious pet to keep his distance when an animal is approaching or strangers come to the door. If Sable's on a walk with his owners and spots another dog or stranger, we often cross the street or walk in a curved path around them. So this avoids the perceived threat to our animal that it's a predator. When we leave for a few hours, we leave the radio on so he doesn't hear and bark at every little bump and noise. If he barks too much at the window, we just merely close the blind. Remove temptations and distractions that make your dog bark and get anxious. If your dog has been attacked by another animal in the past, you may have to put them through conditioning therapy to lessen their anxiety. Change of daily routine is a key one. Dogs who live in the home with you actually are much more relaxed when they know what their schedule is. They're less anxious when they can predict potty break time, scheduled walks, feeding time, and playtime. This is particularly essential if you've just adopted a new dog and they come into the household, or you're teaching them potty training. Now, you don't want to stick to a totally inflexible schedule, as the dog then gets stressed out if you change their routine at all. And as you know, life demands some adjustments to scheduling times. Mix up times that you leave so that the animal won't become agitated about your departure due to separation anxiety. Little changes in structure and routine can prevent them predicting negative outcomes. Now, my dog sometimes has separation anxiety. Dogs are pack animals, and they really don't like being separated from the humans. Toy dogs in particularly can suffer from only child and small dog syndrome and expect to be taken with mom and dad everywhere they go. So you might notice that they're drooling, barking, whining, urinating, and performing destructive behavior as signs of separation anxiety. You have to desensitize your dog so that they feel less anxious about your departure. Avoid making a big deal about it, and don't let them know that you're leaving or coming back always at the same time. Provide them with lots of exercise opportunities as well before you leave so that they're tired out. You can give them a little doggy treadmill, take them to doggy daycare and play groups. Finally, one thing that our dog loves is a relaxing massage. Studies have shown that massage can lower the heart rate and blood pressure. Touching your pet will cause the body to release oxytocin, a hormone that causes sensations of bonding and love. Sable comes up to me regularly and starts rubbing against me as a hint that he wants a massage. He then immediately flips over and shows his belly. These happy little groans he makes is showing that he's de-stressing and enjoying the hands-on love. Now, we hope that this quick video gave you some useful ideas. If so, please press the like button and consider subscribing to All Star Pet Patrol, our channel. We look forward to making many more videos for you, and there is a link below, and thank you for watching.